So I guess we gotta talk about HBO Max, which will be awkward since I don't have HBO Max, but they've made a big splash with their cartoon library. They've got most of the Cartoon Network originals. They've got the classics. They've got the sorta classics. And now they're making originals. And they have some upcoming shows that I want to highlight because they look pretty promising for a cynical adult who watches cartoons. Before I get into it, I gotta tell you guys about this. You know when Bugs Bunny would turn up somewhere unexpected, having failed to make that left toin in Albuquoique? The way he delivered this line in particular always made me laugh.
Pardon me, sir, but could you direct me to the shortest route to the Coachella Valley of the Big Carrot Festival therein?
Incidentally, if you meet someone who pronounces it Coachella instead of Coachella, that's why. Anyway, I got curious, and it turns out there really is an annual carrot festival in Holtville, California, just south of the Coachella Valley. If this COVID thing ever ends, I say we go. And from there, it's not that far to
Pismo Beach and all the clams we can eat.
So, full confession. What I said in the cold open about not having HBO Max? Forget about that. That was the first draft of this video. In the process of recording and editing, basically talked myself into getting it. So, instead of why I'm thinking about getting HBO Max for the cartoons, this is going to be why I got HBO Max for the cartoons. The first baller move they pulled is New Adventure Time. They already ran the first Distant Lands special starring BMO, and they've got 3 more to come. They've also got the new series of Looney Tunes cartoons, which they've cleverly titled Looney Tunes Cartoons. That's what they have right now, but it's some of the originals coming in 2021 that are what caught my cynical eye. First, Tiny Toons Looniversity. A new Tiny Toons isn't surprising with the anticipation for the Animaniacs reboot. Even though Animaniacs seems to get more attention, Tiny Toons always had the appeal of its connection to the classic Looney Tunes characters. Plus, how many kids got their first exposure to They Might Be Giants thanks to Tiny Toons? That's just a public service. One of the downsides I've heard is that Elmira won't be part of this new series. I'm sure that's a relief to all the animals in Acme Acres, but I gotta wonder why they're leaving out such a fun and popular character. If I can speculate irresponsibly, maybe it has something to do with that weird spin-off, Pinky, Elmira, and the Brain? Seriously, this thing made no damn sense. Anyway, since Pinky and the Brain are part of the new Animaniacs, maybe the Elmira character is somehow included in that? If you know the deal, or if you want to join me in speculating recklessly, drop it in the comments. That's the only theory I've got, so let's move on to Jellystone. Now, this was announced over a year ago. Jellystone features just a crap load of old school Hanna-Barbera characters. Talking deep cuts. Look at this promo art. You've got Pixie and Dixie. You've got Huckleberry Hound. You've got Augie Doggy and Doggy Daddy. You've got Snagglepuss even! This is significant because a lot of these characters haven't been used in years. Yogi Bear is the biggest star on there, and apart from a couple of shorts on Adult Swim, he hasn't been on TV since this. A lot of recent Scooby-Doo projects have had fun keeping various Hanna-Barbera characters visible. With Jellystone, instead of having to try to fit Scooby's internal logic, elastic as that may be, they're free to get back to some classic cartoon wackiness, with characters that have some recognition, but without the weight of too much nostalgia. I mean, only a cynical adult like me is going to have expectations about Lippy the Lion or Touche Turtle. So let's hope this channel doesn't take a dark turn. Now finally, the one I'm most excited for, and I want to try to read this title with all the epicness it deserves. Unicorn, Warriors Eternal. If that title wasn't enough, this is created by Genndy Tartakovsky. Now, Tartakovsky is someone who's an automatic in from me. You tell me he's doing something, I'm there. I don't care that I'm the only adult seeing Hotel Transylvania without any kids. I'm buying a ticket so that Genndy Tartakovsky is seen as a reliable moneymaker and has the juice to make the final season of Samurai Jack. I'm never giving up hope for more Sym-bionic Titan. Hashtag Free Gallaluna. What I love about Tartakovsky is the way he can mash together all these things he finds cool, which happen to be things a lot of people find cool, and filter them through his own style to make them even cooler. Sym-bionic Titan is giant mecha battles, and high school angst, and castle intrigue. Samurai Jack is a heroic warrior wandering from genre to genre. Unicorn, Warriors Eternal, has to do with some kind of ancient order of unicorn-themed protectors trapped in the bodies of teenagers trying to recover their forgotten history and abilities, which is a bunch of things that, once again, this cynical adult finds cool. And looking at these characters, you just know Tartakovsky is going to get them into some groundbreaking action sequences. None of these have a release date yet. They're all expected to drop sometime in 2021. Any of them got your interest? What do you think of HBO Max and their cartoon offerings? Drop a comment, and while you're down there, like and subscribe. Now, if I head north on Highway 25 and then west on Highway 40 in my big old pickup truck. Unicorn, Warriors Eternal.